Marjorie Greene is trying in her own little way to celebrate America during Independence Day weekend. She is doing her best, and here is that best. She put this tweet out. The average age of the signers of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776 was 44 years old, but more than a dozen were 35 or younger. I think this is interesting. I love this. People get mad when I do the voice.
Do the voice.
Thomas Jefferson, 33. John Hancock, 39. Then she goes through James Madison, who was super young. Alexander Hamilton, 21. James Monroe, 18. What was he doing involved in this? He's only 18 years old. Aaron Burr, Paul Revere, George Washington. And I like this stuff. This is like a post you'd see on Reddit where you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize how young the signers of the Declaration of Independence were. But then you realize she doesn't know how young they are. She doesn't even know who they are because almost all of that was wrong. As was noted by Community Notes, she got 6 out of the 8 wrong. Not the age, but that they weren't signers of the Declaration of Independence at all. She just Googled names. I heard of Burr. I heard of Paul Revere. He's the guy with the horse.
Yeah, Paul Revere's a little bit of a wild one. That one's weird. Like even I know that's not right.
Like the cherry tree that George Washington chopped down was only 130 years old when it signed the end. Yeah, I know you're just mentioning characters, but they weren't signers. And so like, does she care? Because she didn't care enough to actually Google any of these. It's so weird when at the same time you'll imply that you care because you'll list all of them and you put all their ages and you'll seem to be making a point, but you also care so little that it escapes your notice that none of them are even in the group that you're talking about, or only 2 are at least. And so she gets a very poor score, at the very least an F. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter to them. Like this is sort of where we're headed. Like, and then Helen Keller signed it and she was only 20. And she couldn't see or hear nothing. But she could write. And you're just like, what? What do you, this is like, she can't even, like, I think we need to go back to Schoolhouse Rocks here. But I mean, I guess she's trying to make the point that Joe Biden is too old. Is that John? Because I saw this and I was like, this is about Biden being too old.
Maybe that's the point she's trying to make. I mean, the issue with that is that Donald Trump is also like nearly as old. And I know he doesn't show, some of the verbal stuff that Biden does, but he's super old too. And Marjorie ain't a spring chicken either. So I don't even understand what point she's trying to make. Like, yeah, it would be great to have more young people involved or whatever. And it sucks that when they do, and they tend to be more progressive, they're immediately bombed, from orbit by the media. So anyway, I love her attempt to educate us. I'm just gonna read one of the responses. Pour Me Coffee responded, I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence just so I can personally show you who signed it, which I think is awesome. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.